look what you did there.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Stop. I can't watch. Like, I'll just watch Denzel. I'll like do the other half off, and I'll cut me off, and I'll just watch Denzel, like, and watch the beauty walking towards me.
Welcome to Couch Surfing, the show where flashy guests look back at their big roles, their little roles, and everything in between. I'm here with Jennifer Beals. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm good.
You ready to
It's so
surf?
nice to see you. Yes, I'm ready. I'm a little scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm a little scared, but I'm ready.
It's gonna be fun. Let's do it.
Well, my father.
Oh my God.
I know
You
her.
know what freaks me out is listen to how high my voice is.
Family.
This whole thing, taking the bra off underneath, I used to do it when I would go from school and my mom would drive me to horseback riding lessons and I'd have to change in the car. And I was in a wardrobe fitting with Adrian Lyne and I did that and he said, oh, we have to put that in the film.
So where were you at this point in your career?
This was the second film I had done. The first film I did was a little film called My Bodyguard. And I auditioned right before I left for college. And then I found out that I got the film my first trimester at Yale. And so I asked the dean if I could defer a term.
You have to take me back to that moment when you walk into your dean's office and you say, I've got to go do a Hollywood film. I'll be back.
No, you know what you've got to go back to is my agent calling me and telling me that I got the film. And I say, well, I have to take a moment to think about it.
What?
Because if I couldn't defer a term, there would have been a distinct possibility that I wouldn't have done the film. Because I loved school so much.
What was it like for you to walk down the street and see people dressed like your character?
It was really, really interesting. My favorite thing is when Charles Schultz did a drawing of Snoopy wearing that sweater. That was when I went, okay, that's pretty fantastic.
That's when you know.
Yeah, when Snoopy's, busting a move with your fashion, then you know things are going right.
You have arrived.
Yeah.
All right, up next.
I knew it.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Again, the voice is so high.
Are you kidding?
How
And so is
delicious
his.
is Matthew Broderick?
He's adorable.
Huge crush on him at the time.
Really?
Oh my God, yes. He was just so wonderful. Is so wonderful. And Shelley Duvall produced it. And she took such good care of us. Oh, look at how sweet we are. Gosh, I don't even remember this moment entirely. But the dress and Eve Arden is in the film, as I recall. And she was incredible.
Some other big names too. Mick Jagger, Robin Williams, Christopher Reeves, Carrie Fisher.
Yes,
Susan
but Eve
Sarandon.
Arden is my wicked stepmother.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, but look at all the estrogen. Sweet Jesus, look at the estrogen happening.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay. All right.
So it was Frank, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, sure he did. I knew there was
Oh
more
God, I
between
love
y'all
this
than
movie
just
so
some
much.
backdoor romance. It's probably
Oh my God, my heart is racing because I remember doing the scene. Like sometimes when I watch something, it's like it brings me back to that moment. First of all, I fought like crazy to get this part.
Were you up
and that day,
Okay.
I totally remember that day because the scene wasn't working. And we tried all kinds of things, from an actor's point of view, like shifting our focus and our intentions to make it work, but the scene wasn't working. And Carl and our producer very bravely shut down the set because they realized it was the writing. And they went and they rewrote the scene. And then we came back the next day and shot it.
Fondest memories of working with Denzel, because that was your first time collaborating with
Yes,
him.
well, doing the screen test with him was so much fun. And afterwards he just said, I'll see you in the spring.
So you knew.
Well, I thought, yeah, buddy, whatever. I don't believe it until I get the contract and that's signed. But the look in his eye, I thought, okay, well, even if it doesn't happen, I know something went well that day.
Let's keep surfing.
Oh my God. I think this was the brainchild of Quentin Tarantino and my ex-husband, Alex Rockwell. And Quentin was our frequent house guest. And I think they might have dreamt this up one point when he was over. This idea of having four rooms.
Tarantino over frequently.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, the stories alone. But I have to be honest that when Alex and Quentin would get together, they're both such strong personalities and they're both such amazing storytellers that if I wanted to interject, my point of view, into any conversation, I basically had to stand up, scream first to get their attention, and then tell my story. But they were amazing, and he's fantastic. He's got such a big heart. And getting back to Devil in a Blue Dress, he was so excited for me when I got that part. And after I finished, he bought me a print of the film. He said, he goes, like a DVD, a VHS, it's not enough. He goes, this is commensurate with your work. You need to have a print of the movie. It's like,
what do you do to these directors? They just do all sorts of nice and classy things for you. I like
well,
it.
I've worked with really nice and classy people. Like, that's the fact.
Welcome back to Couch Surfing. I'm still here with Jennifer Beals. Jennifer, shall we continue?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Ooh, yes, yes, yes.
For washing.
So you're back with Denzel.
Yes, I'm back with
Special reserve
Denzel,
to
and I
compliments
had
in the
done a
house.
lot of research. Well, first of all, when I was younger, when I lived in New York, I used to volunteer at the Association for the Blind.
Because your character, Claudia, is
yes,
blind.
my character is blind. But this was my first day, and I was still scared. Not scared, but, you know, that feeling when you're about to jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
And what happened at one point when I walked in the room, and it was unrehearsed and we were shooting, is Denzel put a gun, his gun, to my head. And I, you know, being blind, like, I wasn't supposed to be able to see it. But I realized that I could smell the metal. And so I smelt the metal, and after they called cut, Denzel got really excited. I think, you know, because we all live for these surprises. Like, it was delicious for me to have a surprise. It was delicious for him to have a surprise. And of course, you have Gary Oldman, who is just the most delicious human being, an extraordinary actor. And in between these takes, we would sing songs from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
What?
He would be pulling me out by the hair and torturing me. And then in between, we'd break out into, you know, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang songs.
Up next.
Oh, ooh, this is proof.
Yes.
This is proof. Oh, I love doing this show.
Produced by Kira
Oh my
Sedgwick.
gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, I remember that moment. I don't know if I can look again. It's so upsetting. So I am looking for
this
my
visual.
son, who's on the other side because he's passed over, but I've had experiences of him since he's passed. Like, I've seen him, and I play a doctor who, you know, shouldn't believe in spirit or anything. She's very much grounded in science. And that day we shot in Alouette Lake outside of Vancouver, and it was so exquisite. But the water was so cold, so cold. But they were so nice. The production was so nice. They had this beautiful hot tub on the beach that they had set up. So I'd go in the water, and then I'd go and I put my feet in the hot tub.
Could you see this coming back?
What, Proof?
Yes.
Oh, well, Proof was a great show. Like, I think they regret not bringing that one back. Rob Reagan was an amazing showrunner, fantastic writer, and Tom Jacobson, who actually I worked with on Flashdance. He was an associate producer on Flashdance. He was a producer on Proof, and he's also my producing partner on a project that we have called The Hive. It's really kind of fun to do this, actually, because you see this, you know, how everything is interconnected, and the progression of relationships.
All right, up next.
Oh, I can't watch.
I've dreamed of this
I mean,
moment.
every actor memorizes their
long.
Oscar speech, or, you know, we
Not
hear
alone,
about
of course,
that,
none of
but
us.
you get to deliver something this magnificent.
Well, and I also get to be directed by Billy Ray, and I also get to have Billy Ray's words, and I get to play this woman living in the 30s and passing, and she travels everywhere with her black maid, and one day her maid dies and she's bereft, and you find out that that was her mother. When I was doing that speech, which, you know, and I talked to Billy about it, about how I had practiced it probably in front of my mom, like since I was a little kid, and she's not there, and because she's passed away, and he said, I want you to pretend your mother is right there, and you're saying it to your mom.
I can't.
Let's hold hands. Okay.
All right.
We'll get through it.
We can do this.
We'll get through it.
All right. Up next.
Our community is disproportionately affected by
Okay.
homelessness
Okay,
in
good.
this city.
When did you know that the L word was coming
every
back,
city
and what did
across
you
the
initially think about?
Actually, it came about because we instigated the return. We thought it would be great for the show to come back, particularly when we saw this new generation coming up that was completely changing the way that we talk about gender identity and sexual orientation, and thought it would be great to incorporate those new stories along with getting to revisit these other characters.
Is this a one-off, or is this here to stay? Will there be
I think
more
it's here to
seasons?
stay. I'm hoping there's going to be more seasons because we have so many more stories to tell.
Are you here to stay? Are you going to stay on my couch all afternoon?
Just lying back now. Yes! Where's the fruit plate?
Jennifer, thank you so much for surfing by. The L Word Generation Q airs Sundays on Showtime. See you next week on Couch Surfing. Bye.